Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be drawing the next 5 days in the May drawing challenge. That's days 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So for the first prompt number 6 is a pig. Before I looked up a reference to this, my idea was that I was going to draw like a cartoony pig, and that was what I had intended to do, even with the reference I did find. But it ended up looking like a more realistic pig. As you can see here, I only stuck with the head. It was a very cute baby pig. I only used 3 colors to color him in. I kind of wish I did a little more to the inside of that ear there, but unfortunately I didn't. I just colored him in. The other problem that I ended up having was that I really wanted to put some little fur marks all over him, because in the reference that I was using, he had all this white fuzzy fur around him, but I could not find my white Posca pen anywhere. Right here, I'm showing you how I get rid of the color residue that ends up being left over on my blender pencil. I take the tip and I actually just rub it on my gummy eraser. Prop number 7 is flower pot. I tried to keep this drawing simple. I wanted to draw just a regular clay pot with some succulents coming out of it. This one was pretty simple. I did kind of mess up on the black outline, so I ended up going back and giving it a pretty thick outline all the way around. It ended up turning out better than I was expecting it to, especially because my marker kept smudging everywhere, as you can see in the corner there. I'm fairly new working with alcohol markers, so sometimes I think it's not going to work, and then I use the blender and it ends up looking pretty good. This one might be my favorite coloring out of all of the props today. I had a lot of fun coloring this one in. I'm really thinking about turning it into a sticker. I've never done that before, and for some reason when I looked at this, it just kind of reminded me of those stickers that people print now. Prompt number 8 was barn. This one was tricky. I drew it once and hated it. What you're watching here is actually my second drawing. I didn't allow myself a huge space for this. I feel like I would do a much better job if I had an entire piece of paper, but I decided to not add color to this one. I did this one all in black liner. I definitely struggled with perspective here. I drew those lines, but it's not perfect. But I also limited myself in space, so because I limited myself with the space, I ended up cropping off the bottom half of the barn. I originally wanted to include some hills or some bushes that were in front of the barn, but I struggle with sizing or changing my size when I've already started. Not sure if anybody else has that same problem, but I just kind of went with it. I also struggled with the liner on this one too. A lot of times my hand would get a little too heavy and the black liner would get really thick, so then I would have to go back and make all the other lines thick. Also, some of my windows are different sizes. It's fine. It ends up not looking too bad at the end. I really liked the little windmill in the background. This was the first time I've ever done a full-on black liner. And again, if I did this on a bigger piece of paper, it definitely would have been neater. You can see there that I messed up with the perspective on the silo. And I absolutely hated the way that this grass turned out. But overall, it's not that bad. I just think it looks bad because I know all the struggles I had with it. Prompt number 9 is chocolate. To say I struggled with this one was an understatement. I chose to draw a Shopkin, the chocolate Shopkin, one of the really popular ones, because my daughter used to love Shopkins when she was little, and when I thought of chocolate, I immediately thought, for Valentine's Day at school, they had asked to make a Valentine's box, and they wanted us to be super creative with it, and her and I ended up making the chocolate Shopkin into a box for Valentine's, and I really wish I had a picture of it, but I cannot find it anywhere, because I would definitely include a picture of it here. It was super, super cute. I do struggle with this one quite a bit here. In the end, it doesn't look so bad, but I really struggled. The part that I struggled with the most was the pieces of chocolate, and as you can see, I saved them for last. This is it here. I ended up really I got so fed up with it, and I just tried to go through it as fast as I possibly could. You'll see in a moment here, I'm drawing, and then I just kind of was like, you know what? I'm just going to line it up. I'm just going to use the liner and line it. And then with the liner, I got so frustrated with the liner that I just sped through it. Not my best looking line work there, but in the end, after doing all of the coloring, I used both Ohuhu markers and Prismacolor pencils to color this in, and in the end, it didn't look as bad. You couldn't see all the little mistakes didn't really pop out as much. I do end up liking it in the end. It's okay. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, I guess. It's cute. I did definitely forgot the right arm, but in the reference that I was looking at, the arm was missing, and so I just decided to leave it off. Also, if you can look at the top right chocolate piece, I lined it really fat, and I kept trying to cover it up with some white, but it just would not go away. It's okay. It ended up being kind of cute. Finally, prompt number 10. Prompt number 10 was zucchini. I don't know about you, but I've never drawn a zucchini before. Either way, I looked up references and I ended up really liking quite a few that I saw. I originally wanted to use paint for this one, but I was afraid I was going to mess up the page and also my sketchbook, so I decided to just use marker and pencil like I did before. Kind of stuck to what I know. This one is definitely one where I needed to trust the process. I would go back and forth with these marker colors, with the pencil, and I just didn't like it. There were lines in places I didn't like right there in that piece of zucchini that's cut off in the front. There's that extra green there, and no matter how much white or other colors I would put on top of it, I couldn't get rid of it. I ended up doing it again to the one on the right, and I just couldn't get rid of the extra pieces. But ultimately, I kept going over and over again with all different colored greens and light yellows and whites, until finally it started to look like a zucchini. The dark green was when I could start to see that it actually looked like a zucchini. It's not my favorite, but in the end, it's not that bad. One thing I did notice looking at my book, and actually someone else made this comment to me, but one thing I need to realize, or next time what I need to do in the next couple drawings, is I need to add some shadows to the bottom of my drawings, like the pot, the zucchini, the Shopkin. They all just kind of look like they're floating on the page. I feel like I do need to maybe add some shadowing or a bottom. Well, that's it. Here are my prompts. Day 6 was a pig, and I wish I added the white fur. I think that would have made a huge difference. 7 was a flower pot, simple and easy. Prompt number 8 was the barn. Looking at it here, it honestly really doesn't look that bad. Prompt number 9, chocolate, made me think of my daughter. And prompt number 10, zucchini. Well, here are the first 10 days of our drawing challenge. Prompts 1 through 5 I did in my last video, and today I did 6 through 10. Next time you'll see me do 11 through 15. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you consider subscribing, liking, and commenting, and I'll see you next time. Bye!